By the way, am I lagging or am I good?
This guy.
Every time you ask that, I want to say you're
Yeah,
lying.
yeah. Like, don't ask. It's like some shit like when you're in trouble with your parents. Like, don't ask if I'm in
Oh
trouble.
my god.
Just like if they don't say shit
Just
to
play on
you,
with it.
just man, just go along with it, man. Don't stress yourself. All right, yo,
Fucking
what's poppin', people? Back like we never left. I'm here with Dritz,
Yeah, what's up, guys?
who's making his return to YouTube, his official return. I saw the screenshot saying that live stream is enabled again, so I expect to see some Nami boobs late at night.
That's right.
Hopefully, no more
Nami, yes.
Boondocks.
Oh yeah, I learned my lesson.
No more
Boondocks.
Boondocks late at night, because
No
that's
more Uncle
You
Ruckus.
watch Boondocks? You watch Boondocks?
you watched
Chris?
Boondocks on fucking
That's
stream.
why I got banned because I was watching Boondocks highlights. They got flagged.
shit.
YouTube
that's
said,
funny,
"Oh
though.
fuck, oh no, boy, not on our platform."
Yeah, same with Key and Peele.
Fear, exactly.
That's dope though, yo. That's dope. Well, Boondocks is amazing, bro.
It is, but not YouTube doesn't think so.
Yeah.
And I'm here with Lando checking in. What's good, Lando?
What's going
I
on,
see
guys? Checking in.
Lando's dropping a video every other day, burning himself out. But hey, man, do you think? Do you think?
Yo, I mean, bro, I love it, yo. I love the research I've been getting, bro. I mean, the fans are going in. My videos have been controversial so far.
Listen, G. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. But man, you do not want to get burnt out with YouTube, G.
Yeah, it's really easy to get burnt out
bro.
if you're first starting.
Oh man.
I'm gonna be the black techie, yo. I'm gonna keep going every day, bro.
The black teching. I mean, okay. I'm not even gonna touch that.
Yeah,
one.
we're not gonna go into that.
I'm not gonna touch that one.
Alright.
But all right. So, One Piece chapter 903. Before we get into like analyzing each page, we're gonna go through it and then we discuss it after. Let's talk about like the general reaction from the community. Have you guys seen anything special from the community? Anything that you've noticed and you'd be like, oh shit, it's different than
Well, I don't
regular
really-
chapters?
Yeah,
I don't really watch live
Like,
reactions,
Probably
so I
one
don't
of the
know.
first chapters that's been universally just like praised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the hype was there, but I don't really watch live reaction that much. I don't really know.
Is this the best chapter ever?
Ever?
No.
No. It's being propped up on the pedestal because I would say probably the best chapter in the past couple years. So like this is kind of like recency bias, right? So you see this, but you only remember a certain amount. So you'd be like, oh man, this looks great.
What do you guys think is the best chapter ever?
For me,
Mm-hmm.
big chapter ever would probably be I Want to Live. That's probably the best chapter for me.
I Want to Live.
But Robin,
Really?
yeah,
Ah. Okay. What about you,
that
Dritz?
touched me, yo.
Oh, I like that response.
That touched
Like,
me,
that's
yo. That
it?
touched me.
Like that's like asking you like, what do you like? If you could
We
wish
got
for
to cut Lando, I
if you
guess.
could wish for anything, what do you wish for? Like I don't know, like a tennis racket. Oh.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Okay.
cool.
Cool.
That was dope for me. Like that characterized her character very much, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love Robin, yo.
I love Robin too. All right, Dritz. What about you?
All right, so mine's completely subjective because this is probably the scene that got me the most interacted within the community. And so for me, I'm not a guy who's like completely obsessed with fights. I'm more of like an emotional person. So when I see emotional things, I become more invested. So
Yeah.
Ace's death was probably the best chapter for me.
Really? That was
Yeah,
trash.
for sure. Because like,
Did this nigga say that was trash?
That was trash. Ace was trash.
no, what?
Ace was
Fuck
not
you.
trash, bro.
Ace
I
is
mean,
an amazing-
Frankie said so. Frankie said so. So
Frankie
has to be
also
true.
thinks that Kaido is the road poneglyph. That's what he is, all right?
I know he has 10K subs,
Or
so I
is-
mean, the
is-
community's
is-
crazy.
Is Frankie your source? Is that who you go to for your information?
I mean, man have 10K subs, so he must be reliable.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
you don't use the wiki, you use Frankie.
Frankie, yeah, Frankie's the dope.
Got it.
Frankie's the plug.
Got it. It all
Yeah,
makes it all makes sense now.
Yeah, but I don't know. For me, like I'm a person who's kind of like a sucker for main protagonists. That usually ends up being my favorite character because they get the most screen time. And so, like scenes that connect more with the main protagonist stand out to me more because it feels like it's more directed towards me.
Yeah.
And so when I see someone has a close connection to Luffy and then Luffy gets upset, I get upset as a fan.
For me, it's the complete opposite. Like, I value antagonists more.
Really? Why?
Yeah, like, I mean, they're always the one that bring life to the story more. Like, if you get an arc with a good antagonist, they can make the story 10 times better. I mean, they have certain traits that if you value them or relate to those traits, it could make the story more enjoyable. Like for me, like Miriam, like his characterization make that arc like so much great for me.
Yeah, I agree with that. I can agree with some of it at least. I mean, I feel like the protagonist still has to be at least decent for that arc to be good. Because if a villain is just dominating the arc, it's kind of like, okay, then why is the
Well, not really combat wise, but I mean certain.
I mean, yeah, I'm talking about like not even just like
a purpose.
yeah, not in combat alone. I'm talking about like dialogue, like
Yeah.
purpose, things like
Yeah.
that. So,
What about you, Brago?
my favorite chapter,
What about you?
it's what?
Has to be Duffy.
Nah, it's not even a Dofi chapter. I mean, because the Dofi chapters, I feel like those on in a tier by themselves. So I would say like the chapter with Shanks and Whitebeard when Shanks went on Whitebeard's ship.
Oh, that was.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Why? Why for you? Why was that the best?
I feel like that chapter had so much. It told us a lot, not only about Shanks but also about Whitebeard, about their crews. It gave us some some personality traits for some of the Yonko, the two of the Yonko. It even showed us Blackbeard and what they were doing that chapter. I think at the end of it with Ace showing up.
That chapter was a hype beast of Blackbeard. Like that really gave him.
I mean, it definitely gave Blackbeard a lot of hype. But the thing is, because I'm making a video on that conversation. That conversation is so important because after that conversation, everything changed. Like
Absolutely.
the ripple effects from that conversation were just so. Because if that conversation had went differently, we wouldn't be where we are right now. Like if Whitebeard was like, you know what?
Did you think?
You're probably right. We wouldn't be where we are. But then Whitebeard would never do that because you looked at Shanks as like, yo, you're a youngin' coming to talk to me. Like, and the thing is, he knew in the back of his mind that Ace was wrong. He knew that Ace probably shouldn't be doing that.
I mean, he said it himself. The Ace like don't go after Blackbeard.
Yeah.
So he knew that something was up.
But what, like, you can't, like, he's the epitome of like, I'm not gonna show my guy up in front of another Yonko. Like, I'm gonna defend my guy no matter what.
Like family.
Yeah, and it's like the information as far as like Shanks broke through Whitebeard's fleet to get to him, and then the Whitebeard was like, yeah, let him on. Shanks like disrespecting Marco, you know, where it's like,
did he get to Whitebeard's fleet or the Marine fleet?
Whitebeard's fleet.
Yeah.
That's dope. Like I thought it was a Marine fleet.
Nah, Whitebeard's
I mean,
fleet.
the anime.
They say right here has broken through, and it was like, all right, he probably just wants to talk, so let's not, you know. And then he pulls up, and then Ben Beckman, and they're like, yo, you want us to go? They're like, nah. He's like, I'm good. Then he pulls up on his ship.
That was
It's,
by himself, bro.
By himself, you know.
Was
that your favorite chapter whenever you first read it, or did that become your favorite?
It
chapter
became my
after?
favorite chapter after rereading.
All right, yeah.
Because then I knew the outcome of what was gonna happen from that chapter and from that dialogue. It was just so powerful to me. While reading, my favorite chapter was I would say probably the chapter that was my favorite. I think Rayleigh saving Zoro. Like I got so happy because Zoro at that point was my favorite character.
Yeah.
So I got so happy.
Zoro fanboy confirm.
I made a video about my top 10 One Piece characters. Like it was 2016 or 2015, and Zoro's number one. But
you guys hear that? He's a Sanji hater here.
That's changed now. I mean, Sanji was like number 4 or something. So it was, but seeing Rayleigh fucking glide across the goddamn like plane and just stop Kizaru, I was like, holy shit! Like this is crazy. You know that
also really so appealing as well. Really so appealing to the community. Like everyone loves Rayleigh.
He's an old boss.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I don't know anyone that hates Rayleigh, so.
like he's your typical he's the typical old guy. He's just strong in anime.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's like I fuck with Rayleigh heavy, man. Rayleigh's my guy. But yeah, that was my favorite chapter reading. But the Shanks and Whitebeard chapter became like my favorite chapter after knowing the outcome. And I think some whole cake chapters have kind of rubbed off on me and kind of.
Stop it.
I'm not gonna lie. Honestly,
that's fair. That's fair.
Like
Sanji want to bake the cake?
The chapter with Pudding and Sanji, like the ending, like when she left Sanji, like that. I don't know. That hit me. I kind of felt that chapter. A lot. Like
for me, the best whole cake chapter was 893. Katakuri stabbing himself. That was amazing.
That was an amazing chapter as well. That's one of the chapters that stuck with me. But yeah, the Pudding chapter at the end, the Katakuri stabbing himself. Even the chapter we found out about Katakuri, was that the same chapter with the Pudding with Katakuri and his backstory? Is that the same chapter?
Well, the first half of the backstory, yeah, with Flampe.
No, I'm talking about not the stabbing himself. I'm talking about Katakuri finding out about Katakuri and what he did for his siblings. Was that
902 or 901.
So yeah, that was another great chapter. So Whole Cake, I mean, I enjoyed Whole Cake. So I don't know. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it's been amazing.
All right, 903.
3.
The Fifth Emperor.
Fifth Emperor.
So I saw like George say he made a YouTuber reacts.
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, he kind of compiled like a lot of YouTubers and their reactions to Kobe.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course it's Kobe.
Yeah. You know what? Listen to Kanye.
Oh shit!
Hold
Come on, bro.
Hold on. Come on, man.
Wait, it's a choice. It's a choice.
Listen to Kanye. Listen to Kanye. It's something that I understand about Kanye, and this is like totally like different from what. But Kanye says even though he's a genius, even though he's a celebrity, he has the right to feel some type of way, right?
About what?
About anything. Whereas like when they asked him like, okay, when someone didn't come to your wedding, he's like, yeah, he's like, it hurt me, and it's like, you know, he's like, I have a right. He's like, I feel some type of way. He's like, I feel some type of way about things, and I feel like.
Wait, which interview was that? Charlemagne or the TMZ?
That's with Charlemagne.
Okay.
Where I feel like a lot of times, we kind of act like things don't bother us because it's like a persona that's like it makes you, I don't know, it makes you seem tough. Or like Teflon.
Unbreakable.
And then sometimes you don't want to stir the pot, so you're like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I saw George Shay's video, and I'm being transparent here, I saw George Shay's video, and my video wasn't in it. I felt some type of way.
Holy shit! That was out of the bloom. Like what?
I felt some type of way.
But I mean, Brago, your best reaction was to Luffy's bounty. That was when you go crazy.
No, I'm just saying. I felt some type of way. I'm allowed to feel some type of way, right? I'm allowed to that, right? Is that okay?
Cry, baby.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Is that okay? Then after, I was like, this is stupid. like, this is stupid. Like, what the fuck?
As you write it into your diary.
Yeah, after I wrote it down, I was like, I'm good. I'm over it. But that's that way. I don't know. The thing is,
so who wasn't it? Who wasn't it?
Who wasn't it? It was.
Who wasn't it?
It was King Recon. It was
okay,
Sun Patch.
King himself.
King of Lightning. Mugiwara, Matt B. Rogers Base.
Oh. Okay, that would make me feel the type of way like Matt B. who just came back. Get over you? That's
no, I wasn't even looking at it like that. It was like, yeah, Matt B. I wasn't even looking at it like that. It was just like, yeah, it feels that way. But the thing is though, I mean, it's not it's not a malicious type of way thing. It's just like, you know, I feel like a lot of times when something happens on YouTube, it's like we play it off because we don't want to stir the pot or we don't want people to feel some type of way. I mean, and it's like I don't care anymore. Honestly, like I'm gonna say how I feel.
Brago unplugged from now on.
Brago unplugged. I'm like, if I feel some type of way, I'm gonna say how I feel.
Okay, so since you're being honest with yourself now, I would say something.
Yeah, I got my
Brago.
mouse over.
Every time you invite Ty to the stream, I feel some type of way.
You and like 500 people at least.
Like I want to drag you out of the room and it's like shot you, bro. Like why?
Ty's my boy, man. Ty's my boy. But I mean, it's like it's certain things where it's like if I feel some type of way, I'm gonna say it. I went off on like a fucking tangent, but you guys understand what I'm saying, right?
Well, we kind of did.
You've been like this for a while, though. I feel it's not like new. Like ever since like you started like voicing your opinion on certain parts of chapters that other people liked that you weren't so hot about, and you got hate for it. You've been kind of like doing your own thing for a while, though, which is cool.
I mean, yeah.
No, Brago being crazy PC.
Do you think so?
Of course, bro. Like,
for example,
the last review that we're doing about Luffy's bounty.
Yeah.
Like you were choosing your words carefully. You were trying not to say it was trash.
Well, the thing is,
certain aspect was trash.
Here's the thing. I think sometimes using trash shows me, kind of the limit to your vocabulary. Where it's like, if I have to resort to using trash to explain how I feel about something, unless it's a joke or something, then I'm like, I'm not I'm doing a disservice to the people that are watching my video. Like, if all I can say about a particular part of the chapter is trash, then I'm not doing my job as a YouTuber that's trying to review or convey my thoughts to you. How does that, what does that say?
Well, when you use trash, you get labeled. Like, you label yourself into that crowd that automatically reacts that way, and you're going to be labeled like that if you continue to do so.
Yeah, so like I'm trying to think of something I didn't like in this chapter. Oh, this chapter was great. But something I didn't like. Snake Man. Nah, not Snake Man. Tank Man. Tank Man.
Red suit?
Tank Man. I didn't like Tank Man. Right?
Me neither.
And if I was like, I don't like Tank Man, why? Because it's trash. I'm like, they're like, what? That's it? That's because it's trash?
Yeah, like, that's not a justification.
That's not a justification. So it's like, for Tank Man, when I didn't like, I was like, I felt like they went the comedic route and it kind of ruined the fight.
Exactly. Because, right? I mean, it was supposed to be a
serious fight and a serious moment.
Exactly.
And for like, you went Tank Man, it was like, it looked retarded, looked ridiculous. I didn't like the design. So for me, it just didn't hit. Right? I think, after that, it was like, okay, that makes it.
No, I think that's actually a really good response, because the thing about a lot of people actually felt that way because they thought it was actually going to be like a real fight. Yeah. Which, looking back at it now, the Cracker fight was anything but real.
Yeah.
It was Luffy first encounter with a commander. Like, he should have been very serious.
Yeah, whenever you look at the way like Luffy fought Katakuri and that was shown like all of the important parts, then you go back to look at Cracker versus Luffy and how it was basically all skipped. You know now that it was basically just a joke.
It was a joke. It was a joke fight. Yeah. Eat, run, repeat. That's literally what he did the entire time. It's like, why?
This is how I phrased it. Like, I phrased Cracker to be like an obstacle and Calico to be like an overcoming. I work a mechanism for Luffy to go through. So Cracker went for obstacle. It wasn't really like an entire opponent Luffy needed to really defeat. But Calico was that person.
Yeah, well, I feel like you're completely right, Lando. But I feel like a lot of people feel some type of way about it because of preconceptions of how characters should be handled. This is kind of goes back to the whole entire respect for Yonko commanders thing, doesn't it? People,
but I mean,
including myself,
we knew they were wrong between them. Yeah. We knew they were wrong between them. I mean, the right-hand man was supposed to be taken more seriously, and the second and third in command can be joked around a bit. So I think there was supposed to be like a disparity between them. But
I mean, but it's just like certain things in the chapter where it's like, I mean, of course, because you're in a way, I feel like sometimes in One Piece, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Like, if you totally shit on something that somebody enjoyed, it's gonna offend them. Like, even if you don't enjoy it, I feel like if you basically convey your thoughts in a way that they understand why you don't like it, then it's okay.
Gonna have a problem with it.
They may have a problem with it, but then they understand. I feel like sometimes people get upset with a reviewer or a reactor when they just say something, and it's like, okay, but I still don't understand what you mean. Why do you not like it? But if you say why you don't like it, they're like, okay, we just disagree. And it's like, if after that they don't understand, and if after that they understand but they're still being unreasonable, then it's like,
it's their fault.
It's on them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I feel like sometimes it's how you say things that's most important in like how you feel about something.
Tone of voice.
Yeah, just explain yourself. That's all. And I feel like sometimes when we're talking about One Piece, and if we don't like something, and if somebody's like, why don't you like it? I feel like sometimes we feel attacked. Like, what do you mean why I don't like it? Because it's trash. Because I don't like it. I just don't like it. It's my opinion. I don't like it. You know, it's
like at that point, it's kind of like you have to come face to face with yourself, because when someone asks you like that and you don't have a response, it's basically confirming the fact that you are just basically it's just blind rage.
You just going off for no reason at all.
Yeah, so it's like that's something I want to see more in the community, where it's like I like when somebody doesn't like the chapter, because now I can ask you why, and then I can basically look at it from a perspective of, okay,
exactly, like
I see that, I understand that. That's something I overlook. Like Dritz, like every time Dritz came in the streams, and Dritz would say, I didn't like this. I'm like, why, Dritz? He's like, well, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I didn't think about that. That's a good point. Theory does the same thing, where Theory's like, yeah, I didn't particularly like this. I'm like, why? Like, well, this happened. If you just say, well, I just didn't like it, then that's not leading to good conversation, good debate. And then it's just an empty conversation where we're both just saying what we like, what we dislike. Why didn't we just make the stream likes and dislikes. What do you like? What do you dislike about the chapter? And then keep it moving.
Yeah, well, I feel like this kind of goes back to kind of the nature of conversation. If you want to have a good, healthy conversation, then both of you have to come out of it having something gained.
Exactly.
If you come out of conversation with nothing gained, then it was basically a negative conversation, and you basically shouldn't have had it in the first place.
I feel like the hardest thing to do
add on
sometimes.
that too, Drizzt, like you also must put bias aside, like be neutral.
But the thing is, it's like we're inherently biased sometimes. It's
well,
hard.
It's not even about being neutral, because sometimes you don't want to be neutral. It's
Yeah.
okay to express your opinion, just
Yeah.
express it in a way that's understandable.
Right. And I feel like sometimes the hardest thing to do is to admit that either you're wrong.
Right, so in history, right, bias for historians, right, is actually a really bad word, because bias, the literal definition, means angle. An angle is not a bad thing. Biased, meaning you have a negative disposition towards something for X reason, that's bad. But if you just have an angle on something, that's completely acceptable, because then you can understand people.
Well, true.
Food for thought.
Yep.
Yeah, I think different angles are also important in conversation, where you want somebody bringing a different angle to the table. But I feel like sometimes what happens is that somebody brings a different angle, and because someone doesn't agree with their angle, they feel like their angle is superior. So fuck all your other angles. My angle is correct. That's
that's
angle.
where you get
those
like,
guys
the
like I call those guys extremists. I call those guys extremists. Like those guys are like those guys are extremists. Like they believe their viewpoint is only right. His only right point out there.
I feel like something that you should do sometimes is like be open to changing your mind as information presents itself. You know, if
exactly.
like
you should be open to learn new stuff.
Like with the Luffy and Katakuri
of
thing, at the beginning, I'm like, Luffy has no chance versus Katakuri based on how it's been portrayed and presented. As the story unfolded, it's like, I don't know, man. Luffy has a chance now. And then
even then, I didn't think he have a chance the same way.
I mean, but Katakuri then echoed that sentiment. Katakuri then said, I don't know. If this continues...
1 in a million chance?
1 in a million chance is going to happen. I'm like, all right, well, there it is.
And then he proceeds to beat his ass.
There it is.
5 hours.
I mean, that's the thing where if information comes out and it presents itself in a way that shows that, hey, maybe my way of thinking was at one point incorrect and I may have to adjust things, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Absolutely. Like that should be the aim in the conversation. You should always try to learn something new coming out.
Yeah. And I feel like you can have passionate conversation and passionate discussion without being disrespectful.
Nicely said.
Is that possible?
Exactly.
Where you can be passionate without being disrespectful?
It's kind of weird to say. It depends on who you're talking to.
Or is that
It
difficult?
takes a certain type of like mental mindset to be able to do that. Most people, I would say, probably aren't capable of doing it.
Because we talk about the theory. Remember the Theory and Roger thing in the Reverie?
Yeah.
Where do you guys think? Well, I don't know if Lando, if you saw that.
I saw that.
What do you guys think that was disrespectful?
No.
Well, to a certain extent, yes.
Why do you think that, Lando?
Because Roger thought Tyrion was defending old cake, and Tyrion wasn't. So his perceptive was already wrong. And then he went off in a way that he wouldn't went off in his own stream, because Roger would never say in his own stream. So it was kind of acting up at the same time. But I mean, I get why he was angry, but Tyrion didn't take the stand that he thought he took. So Tyrion was kind of right.
What do you think about that? What do you think about that, Dritz?
Well, I don't think that's a problem if someone gets angry. Like, as I said before, you can express your opinion on something, but it's not as if the topic, the discussion was so cancerous that like literally nothing got done.
Yeah.
They were able to communicate to each other without resorting to something where it was like irreconcilable.
But I mean, Roger actually swore, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
He
I
did.
mean, like, it was showing that his emotions were getting to him, but it's not as if he was like unapproachable.
Right. That's the thing where I feel like sometimes swearing isn't the way to go in a discussion.
It usually isn't.
It usually isn't, because if somebody swears at me, like immediately it's like a defense mechanism comes up where it's like, okay, I feel like I'm feeling attacked, right?
Exactly. Gonna respond.
I'm feeling attacked.
If someone is swearing at you, that means like as the person who's like receiving the punishment, that they have like actually lost control of their emotions and that they are very susceptible to their own opinion at that point.
So at that point, you can do two things. You can either snap back, or if you remain calm and have like a response that's logical, that could even make them even more upset.
Yes, it's a very iffy feel.
It depends on how
you're talking to.
Especially if you
Whenever
snap
logic
back.
took over, emotion
if he snapped back in a condescending manner as well, it's like, am I making you upset? Are you emotional? Are you okay?
Yes, or like if you
That's
question
adding fuel
your
to the fire.
understanding, like, do you get what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
generally not the right thing to do.
Do you understand? Because I don't think you understand right now. So it's
Yes,
like,
because, like what do you expect the reactions are gonna be? Is like if you're questioning their intelligence.
yeah, that's one. That's another thing. You cannot question someone's intelligence.
And like we're all guilty of
You
it.
can.
I've done it multiple times where I just like if I get so frustrated, I'm just like
Yeah.
you're retarded basically is what I'm saying to them. Like
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
like actually
Like
to their
I do
face,
a lot
but,
of
like, I'm
times. Like I
implying it.
question many people's opinion other times.
I mean, the thing is, I feel like as soon as you
Multiple
question
times.
someone's intelligence, then it's like at that point, it's no room, it's no conversation because at that
You
point,
both lost.
yeah, at that point, it's toxic, it's
insult.
cancerous. It is what it is. That's like most power level debates, right? Where it's like
Absolutely.
we don't know what's gonna happen. It's just strictly opinion based, like not a lot of facts to back
subjective.
it up. Yeah, straight up, right? So at that point, it's just like who can scream the loudest and get more people in the chat to spam L or W.
Basically,
That's what it comes down
And
to.
usually that is directly related to the following of the person.
Yes, exactly. So like I remember when Ty and Dustin were in King of Lightning stream, right? And King of Lightning was
Yeah.
saying some
Oh,
crazy
God.
shit. But his chat, man, they were like,
Oh,
"Yo,
they're backing him
Cole,
up.
W."
Yeah, you will often find this with like literally everything in life that if you were just like it doesn't matter, like they believe in everything
Everything.
that X person will say. It doesn't even have to be king. It could be like if
Anybody.
Joy Boy stream, be like
Yeah.
Joy Boy is the king of theories. So when he says something, he's probably right. Or like even me, like if Dritz says something, he's probably right, which is not the way you should go about it. You should have your own opinion.
And that comes down to like,
But I
your
mean, in
subscribers and
terms of
followers.
that, though, I mean, it builds a credibility, though. Like, if you're right, going back and back and back and right again, credibility absolutely builds. So I can understand why they believe that they're right.
But one thing I never try to do and pound the table of is like being right, because
Oh,
it's like I don't know how being right helps anything for me on the channel, right? So it's like it's things that I've been right about, but it's like I'm not gonna make a video saying, "Hey, I was right about this, this, and this, guys."
10 theories I got right in whole cake.
I'm like, and it's like I'm not taking shots at anybody who does that. That's your prerogative to do that. I just choose not to do that because it's just like I don't really classify myself as like a theorist anyway, where I'm doing that. So I understand it as a theorist, you want to have like stats to back up your theories, where it's like, hey guys, I'm a credible theorist here. I got 10 things right, but also we have to kind of understand that saying Luffy's gonna beat Katakuri, that's not a theory that you got right. It's like, have you guys seen that where people like claim like these general
the boundary
theories?
with that is that if you want to exclaim that, you have to look at when they actually said that.
Okay, yeah,
Like,
that's
for
true.
people who predicted, like for instance, for me, I made a video predicting Luffy would beat Katakuri before we even saw Katakuri.
That's fair.
Like just the mention of
Really?
his name, I was like, he will, because based on like Any's lobby stuff, I was like, he'll beat Katakuri. So I feel like that you could probably say that.
That's
but
fair.
if it's like Luffy starts fighting someone, it's like Luffy's gonna win. It's like okay.
That's what I'm
dude.
saying. Like they're in the midst of the fight, they're like Luffy's gonna win, and it's like wait,
Yeah, like they
But
see.
Brago,
Luffy's
back to
upper hand, I
what you
told
said, Brago,
yeah.
you predicted the fifth Yonko in chapter 799.
799.
Would you claim that?
No, the thing is, what kind of resonated with me with that was the fact
Yeah.
that I got a lot of shit for that when I said it.
Oh, okay.
Where
Oh,
people,
that's how like some of the most controversial theories go, where it's just like you're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And then when you get it right, it's like yeah, of course.
Right.
Like,
people
it's
were
not even that big
upset
of a
that
deal.
people were like upset because I said that after the Grand Fleet, Luffy's gonna become the fifth Yonko, and people weren't even upset that I said that. People were upset that I said Yonko. They were like, Yonko means 4, dude. Like, there's no way he can become.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
Fifth Yonko is gonna be 20 emperors.
I was just like, dude, that's the feeling I got. That's how I felt when Luffy got his fleet. He was going to be the 5th Yonko. And then I chose the Whitebeard,
right.
him and Whitebeard being next to each other. That's how I felt. And it was like, it was like 2-3 years ago. So it's just kind of crazy to see how far, like, it's come to, like, Luffy's officially, well, not officially, but he's being heralded as, like, the 5th Yonko now.
Absolutely.
It was just
Yeah.
it was just cool to me. It wasn't like me saying, "Oh, look at this, look what I got right." It was just like I feel like moments as One Piece goes along, like I always like want to refer to things that we've said, things that we've done to kind of
Yeah,
show like how far we've come.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Because
You
like,
mean?
there's a difference between being a sore winner
Yeah.
and just like saying things when they're appropriate for conversation.
Yeah.
I
Like,
mean, Brago, if you go back to some theories in a video before, like Bob Binge's the next Sweet Commander and all that stuff, like when you look back at those stuff,
it's
you
stupid.
realize how wrong you were or how passionate you were about those wrong stuff. Like you were
Right.
so passionate about Bob Binge being this wrong, and when it comes
Right.
out, like, oh shit.
That's the thing. That's why it's like, even when in conversation, bringing up that somebody, well, you're wrong about this, so I don't want to. It's like it's a shot because it's like then you're trying to just basically say you're not credible, so I can't take anything.
Yeah,
you're
like
saying.
it's weird when people try to make fun of people for ideas or theories they had. They never take into context why they believed it at that time.
Look
So
at what
it's like,
at the time it makes sense.
yeah, like at the time, it's like, well, the evidence you were presented with, it's like, okay, yeah, this is kind of logical.
But then it's like
But
people
I mean, part of
have.
the argument to that is that like people have extreme views. Like people have some views that could never happen. Like for instance, Big Mom be beat by Luffy, Solo and all that stuff. Like those views are conveyed to us that it can't happen. So
Like you're just taking shots
someone-
left and right, aren't you, Lando?
Yeah, it sounds like
Yes.
you're walking away from your mic. Like
Yeah, you're like
Really?
you're like getting up.
you're
start
getting up
talking
and
shit.
like cooking and
yeah.
making hot pockets or the microwave.
no, I'm the one.
But nah.
But
I mean,
anyway, though, like when you hold extreme views that cannot be proven,
yeah.
that's when the line draws.
I think I'm open to anybody having.
But I
their
mean,
view.
Drizzt, how do you prove that Luffy could beat Big Mom Solo at his power level?
Well,
Where
like,
the story was going.
listen, like all of it's very subjective. Like I agree, like it's weird. I think things can be like you can accept something
Yeah.
based on the way it's explained. Like for instance, with
Exactly.
your argument, like if you were trying to predict something way, way, way further in the story, there's really no
Yes.
basis for it outside of like, random.
You're
things.
dead cannon.
Like Panda. Look at Panda and Sanji being an assassin.
Yeah, exactly. Which is like, okay, well, you're kind of making arbitrary connections, but it turned out to be right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah. And what we said that?
Yeah, I think he said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. What was it? 3 years ago, I talked about. I don't remember when exactly, but it's before this was revealed. As far as like the, I guess it was like the Shogun, like working with Kaido or some shit, and the calamity.
Yeah.
Some. It was like an old thing that I talked about. But it's just like I feel like in conversation, we're gonna be right sometimes. And one I actually stumbled upon, which was like, I think 5 to 10 chapters before it happened, was that Mother Caramel was that Big Mom was gonna eat Mother Caramel and the kids. It was crazy.
Mhm.
It was crazy, but it's just like, again, I'm all for like conversation, it being fun. Like, I don't mind when Ty goes off sometimes. I feel like sometimes it goes too far because it derails the conversation and we kind of get away from what we were trying to discuss. But, I'm all about conversation. Like, that's something like for the reverie, that's something that I want to happen. Like, I want honest
Dialogue.
conversation, honest
Yeah,
dialogue.
I agree 100%.
I don't want no bullshit. I don't want no cookie cutter. Like, this is,
I want stuff to be transparent.
I
Like,
want you
stuff
to be,
out in the open.
because I understand like on the bigger channels where it's like, all right, I can't be, because I'm not a big channel. You
Gotta
can
be
say,
PC.
you can curse, you can say whatever the fuck you want to say, but I want us to be
Fuck.
honest about things, right? That's what I want. It's like, because I feel like that's what the people want to see. Like they don't want like a scripted, like everything is good, everything is great discussion about One Piece. They want to know legitimately how some of their favorite reviewers
feel?
and how
But
they
then
want
they
to
can't.
they want to know it.
But then most can handle your opinion. Like most get offended when you say stuff that
They
most get offended when you say stuff they don't agree with. Like
I
most
hear-
get
yeah.
crazy.
the thing is, they sometimes get offended, but more often than not, they appreciate the honesty. They appreciate that
Well,
you
I
can be
wish
honest
you
and explain your points.
And also, you shouldn't be afraid to express your opinion if you're just going to be worried about backlash.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
true.
the worst thing you can have in a conversation is someone basically just trying to play both sides.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're not even talking to a person; you're talking to like an amalgamation of other people. So
Moderator.
if I'm trying to talk to the real Brago, I gotta sort through this pile of shit first before I can actually talk to him.
Yeah, so that's why I want honest dialogue. Where it's like, if you don't like something, say you don't like it. Like, for the longest, I've been saying I love pudding. I fucking love pudding from the beginning. Like, I like the fact that they said that she was an actor. I like that she was basically playing both sides in a way, or she was playing the Straw Hats, and in a way she was kind of unhappy about her situation with Big Mom, but she felt like she was loyal. She felt like she had a duty with the Big Mom Pirates, and I know a lot of people hate how Pudding switched up like after Sanji said, you have a beautiful eye, and I don't know. For me, it's like I try to look at it from the perspective of your entire life. Someone has been saying that you've been hearing that you're ugly from your mother
cursed.
And your siblings. You're cursed. Basically, you're here to be used. You mean nothing, pretty much. And then you stumble across someone, and of course you're meant to betray this person, but this person genuinely, it seems like they care or they don't care about how you look, right? And then you're like, yeah, you say that now. It's like somebody not knowing how you really are, right?
Yep.
You're like, you say that now, but once you see like how I really am, you're gonna completely flip, and then you show them how you really are, right? And then they're like, I don't care about that. Like, that doesn't matter to me, bro. And it just like that just fucks with you. Like, I can see how that can fuck with you, because you're like, that's not the response I expected. Because I feel like we've all been in situations where we expected a reaction from someone and we didn't get that, and then we were like confused, like, what are you doing? Like, why? That
It leads to an entirely different situation than what you were expecting.
Yeah, it's like, wait, what? Like, you don't think that's weird? Like, it's like, like, say you meet a girl, right? And she's like, yeah, you're cool, whatever. And you're like, damn, she doesn't know, like, I'm a fucking weeb. She doesn't know I go on fucking streams and talk for 4 hours about One Piece.
Hides body pillow.
By experience,
right?
Yeah.
No. The thing is, because I've been transparent about fucking, like, yo, we're in my room. When you walked into my room, you had a fucking Ace, Sabo, and Luffy picture as soon as you walked in. So it was like,
you're gonna have to deal with it.
Hey, what's this? That's Ace, Sabo, and Luffy. You don't know about One Piece? Where have you been? So it's like, for someone, and then all of a sudden you're like, say you get serious with them, and then one night you get a link, you on stream, you're like, nah, fuck that chapter, and then they're like, what are you? And you're like, fuck.
Holy shit!
You're like, who are you talking to?
Live a double life.
Right? They're like, I have friends online, and I talk to them about this, like, this comic, really, that we read. And we just come together.
Ew, that's so
no,
nerdy.
I'm saying that's how you say it to kind of like make it make sense for the ninja.
You understand?
Right?
I understand.
And it's like, then they're like, oh, that's cool as fuck. I read Spider-Man sometimes.
Oh,
you're like,
shit.
What? You do what? It's like a feeling that's just, it's unexplainable. So like when that happened to Pudding, I wasn't upset about it as the community was. It was like, oh, just one fucking comment. Now Pudding, she doesn't care about anything. Yeah, but the thing is, she still cared.
But I mean, well, that's not really different though, because he said something very emotional, and it wasn't just emotional. It was something that you want to hear for a long, long time. So they finally heard that, and a man who genuinely likes her say that, hit her in a spot.
But she's never heard that before.
Yeah.
From anyone. But how did you guys feel about that situation?
Well, for me, like, I thought it was absolutely fine.
Yeah.
And it's kind of ironic because I remember being in your streams whenever this happened and people were mad. And I basically called out the chat and I was like, if you like Boa Hancock but don't like Pudding, then you have no excuse because they're the exact same character, exact same circumstances, basically, when you boil it down to their core values.
That's a good
just
point.
Different people, exact same thing happened, but you loved Hancock.
Because
people were like, no, they're totally different. She was a slave. I'm like, that's not what I'm talking about. Like you're totally missing the point. Where it's like, it just took one comment, it just took the first man she ever saw to change her entire opinion. Like that wasn't there wasn't Celestial Dragons. Very, very close similarities between Pudding and Sanji and Luffy and Boa. Like they're really tied together, but people didn't like it. And like, I've talked to people who don't like it, and there's there are some things that they were hoping for. So like always comes down to the expectation versus reality.
Yeah.
And so, for instance, a close friend of mine was really hoping for the fact that Oda would go a route in which there was a legitimate evil female instead of them always being redeemed and being good down to their very nature.
Okay.
Because that's kind of a theme with Oda, and people were hoping that Oda would try something new. And so when that didn't happen, they were like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Like, we wanted her to be evil because, you know, you can make the very strong argument that, you know, there's a huge absence of women in One Piece doing things that are different.
Yes.
Let's just say.
Yeah, like pirate type stuff.
Yeah, pirate types, fighting, being villains. You know, that's it's primarily absent. You know, they kind of all fit into one big stereotype for the most part. As long as they're pretty, which is a whole nother
or
topic.
they get turned pretty.
Yeah,
but
same
back
thing.
to
Yeah.
on the pudding stuff though, Brago. For me, I thought it was fine because I mean, it was already established that she needs validation. So when she does get a validation from someone that she likes, you expect her reaction to be like that anyway. So I mean, for me, it was great.
But the thing is, I don't understand sometimes when people are reading this manga. It's like at the end of the day, it's kind of mirroring like shit that happens in life, right?
In real life,
Where
exactly.
I feel like on at least a general level, everyone seeks validation.
Absolutely.
Like, in some way.
Look no further than the One Piece YouTube scene. Every single person here is seeking their own validation, whether they want to acknowledge it or not.
Yeah.
And
like, for instance, like when people are talking about, or like when George made that video, like deep down inside, you kind of wanted validation.
I did.
Yeah, and like same for me. Like whenever I see people talk about like the best theorists on One Piece, I'm like,
you're like,
am I not like this is like the fifth list in a row? I'm not on. I'm not because no one knows who I am, so I'm never on list. It's like, one day, you know.
You know, it's like, but it's like it's not a huge deal.
I mean, motivation to grow.
Like it's like a passing thought. Like,
it's like, you know, it'd been cool to be, you know, here. It'd be cool to be, you know, like it's certain things that you know the work you put in. You know how you do things. You know, it's like everyone on some level you seek validation. It's like I don't know how people kind of remove themselves from these things when they're reading.
Because everyone want to seem tough, like they're mentally strong, and they just do stuff by themselves.
We all see that. I don't know if people ever. They're Vince smokes.
We all seek that external.
They're Vince smokes. Then they don't have emotions.
It seems that way, bro. But it seems like people don't want to admit that we seek external validation from people.
We do.
People always say self-love. I mean, self-love can only give you so much. Like, you gotta get someone to validate that self-love.
I don't get upset when somebody's like, yeah, I'm gonna upload this video and this video and this video, and they're good videos, and they're like, yeah, I'm making them because I care about the video, but I'm also doing it for views. I'm like,
absolutely.
Wait, who doesn't upload on YouTube? It's like, you can't tell me you don't care about views. There's no way.
Exactly.
There's no.
The way to expose people is like put them in a situation where they get like 50,000 views if they get none, and they're probably like, oh my, like deep down so ridiculously excited, but they won't admit it.
It's like, yeah, it's a passion thing, right? Because YouTube is a lot of work.
Absolutely.
It's not easy. It's a lot of fucking work, especially if you're editing videos and you're sitting down and you're doing research and you're writing a fucking script. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, a lot of shit.
Because, you know, everybody doesn't have that special ability that Joy Boy has where they can just rattle it off in like one take. All right? You got to record it. You got to edit some shit out. You got to re-record it. Like, that doesn't sound good. I stumbled here, blah, blah, blah. And now after that, you got to add some shit to it to make it gel, to make it make sense. And it's like, that's a lot of work. You upload it. You first, then you got to work on a thumbnail, right? A thumbnail that's attractive. Then you got to get some tags in there, title. Then you upload it. Then you're like, damn, 5 days, I have 400 views. I just spent 8 hours on this video.
Yep.
Like, damn.
Sucks.
That kills your motivation sometimes. That kills your spirit.
I think when you see guys who put in less work, and it's more reward.
Right. And it's like you're not doing it really for the views, but you want the views because you want people to hear your thoughts.
Exactly.
So in a way, you are doing it for the views. So
yeah, it's just inherent.
Yeah.
Indirectly, yeah.
Yeah, so I would never say I'm not doing it for the views because I want people to see my shit.
Absolutely. Like, you want your opinion to be validated.
I want people to hear me.
To say, yo, this guy's smart and informative.
I want to engage in conversation. That's the reason why I started a YouTube channel in the first place. I had things I wanted to say, and I want to hear people's feedback on what I want to say. I don't want to just talk by myself in a room and not have any feedback whatsoever.
Yep.
How is that fun? Where? How is that? Like,
It's not. Humans are just socially starved animals. We need other people.
I want to talk to other people. So it's like, when people try to remove themselves from that, I'm like, maybe they're different. Maybe they don't think the way that regular people think. But I know for me, like, there's nothing wrong with saying I want to be heard. I want people to understand and see what I'm making. Because, again, YouTube is a lot of work. I've seen some people say, oh, YouTube isn't a lot of work. You just upload a video, blah, 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 boom, 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 pop. What?
They don't see what goes on behind the scenes. Like, there's so much stuff.
It's a lot, bro. And even after, and it's like, it takes a lot to get to a certain spot. And then you have to maintain that and grow. And
at the same time,
the thing is, when something, like for theories, I know One World and those guys, when they started making theories, their shit blew up. One World was getting millions of views on a video. And then, of course, people are going to copy that. People are going to start copying what you do. People are going to start copying your thumbnail style. People are going to start copying your cadence. Because they're like, that works. Then at that point, how do you react to it? What do you do? Because I've seen people that remain stagnant on YouTube, and then YouTube is kind of passing by. Where they're like, my subscribers don't care about me anymore. I'm like, nah, you can't blame your subscribers for that. You didn't give a fuck about your subscribers.
Absolutely.
How is it going to be like you're on YouTube for 10 plus years and you haven't changed shit? You think people are going to still like for humans, for people, like, we like seeing things progress. Like in One Piece, that's why we get upset sometimes, where it's like, we kind of envision it progressing in this way and getting to this place. And if it doesn't progress, you kind of lose interest because you're like, all right, well, it's not ever going to, it's not progressing the way I want it to progress. So it's like, you see a channel.
Change is constant. Everyone wants change.
It is constant.
Regardless of what it is.
Like you see a channel, like, it's coming up. You're like, you see they made like 5 videos. You're like, damn, 5 videos in, it's already this good? In 2 years, this is going to be spectacular. 2 years later, they're still making the same type of videos. Then what? And it's like regurgitating like the content. Then what? What do you do as a subscriber?
You hit that unsubscribe button, bro.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I unsubscribe from people if they spoil me, or if I feel like they don't care about it.
I feel like the most common thing to do is you stay subscribed, you see that they uploaded a video, but you don't click on it.
You don't click on it.
Oh, they uploaded a video. Okay, I don't care.
Yeah, it's like, all right.
Like, I'll admit to doing that to a lot of people.
Yeah. There's a lot of people I'm like, I don't care about this.
Yeah, it's like, I really just don't care.
I'll subscribe, but I don't care about this video.
Yeah.
I unsubscribe if I feel like if you change your channel name.
You have to do something to, like, make me mad at you as an individual and be like, okay, I just literally, like, I'm so annoyed with this guy.
Yeah.
I would go the extra effort to click the unsubscribe, because it's not even like it's a big hassle to this, like, oh, I see one video on my timeline because I'm subscribed to, like, X amount of people.
Like, if you change your channel name, right, and then you start uploading, like, completely different content without an update, oh, fuck out of here. I'm
it'd be weird. Like a One Piece guy's just like, oh, I made this into a gaming channel now, and I'm uploading Call of Duty videos. It's like, no,
perfect example. Pirate King Buggy.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's changed his channel numerous times to, like, whatever. I mean, he gave his channel away to somebody.
Is that guy still around?
I think he is. I saw him on Twitter like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, he live streamed a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't think I'm subscribed to him, but he gave his channel away to this guy, Earth or whatever. I was like, I'm gonna give this guy a chance, Then after that, this guy was like, yeah, I'm losing too many subs, so I'm gonna give him back his channel. So he gave his channel back to Pirate King Buggy. I was like, fuck this, man. I can't with this shit. This is stupid.
Pass on down.
This is stupid. Then Buggy's like, I'm about to make a return. But then he changed the channel name to Weeb Alert. So then he was alerting people on the weeb shit that was going on in the community. It was like, it became like this whole thing. I was like, I'm good on that. So I'm not sure.
I get him too many stuff.
It's just, I just feel like, it's okay with you attempting things, but it's just like, it just felt like you were just trying to see what hits. You were just trying to see what was going to work. and it's like you didn't. I mean, he had theories for a while, and the theories were working, but I guess he got burnt out. He's like,
well,
fuck
a
it.
lot of the things is just like you just change what you like.
Yeah,
So a lot of people, it's like, so for instance, you spend X amount of years on One Piece,
yeah,
and I can speak for Buggy because I kind of know what he likes. Is that he's a huge Keemstar fan.
exactly.
So he's just like,
Exactly.
I just want to do
what?
that. Like I love Keemstar. I love the kind of things he covers. I'm also interested in it, so I'll just do videos on that now because my interest in One Piece waned because he just stopped reading One Piece for a long period of time.
And I think I have the right. No, I know I have the right to unsubscribe if you're not making the content that I subscribe for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So nobody can get upset for that. If like I subscribe, like if I subscribe for mathematics videos, and all of a sudden you're like, I don't do math anymore. I'm doing English videos. I'm unsubscribed, bro. I ain't subscribed to you for English.
Yep.
You from Russia.
Like,
But
where's
anyway.
that 2 plus 2 shit? Like, I don't know.
What are you saying, Lando?
So where's that 2 plus 2 shit?
What are you talking about?
He's
No, the
memeing.
math videos, like I'm memeing. like you say unsubscribe for the mathematics. I'm like, where's that 2 plus 2 shit?
I mean, just like
Anyways, come to the chapter.
I just feel like
To the
that's
chapter.
how it is, man. We haven't even talked about the fucking chapter yet. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
all
I was
right.
gonna bring that up like 25 minutes ago, but I was like, we're already kind of in this, so.
Yeah, like let's go for
Yeah.
it.